All right, what's going on, y'all? This your boy Hype Fan Eagle representing the Philadelphia Eagles by way of New Jersey. You already know, man. Shout out to my first time viewers. Shout out to my last time viewers. Shout out to the people that's viewing my video, whether religiously or in passing. Listen, man, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Hype Fan Eagle 1. That's Hype Fan Eagle 1. And for all my YouTube people, please subscribe. Let me see. Where you at? Where you at? Please subscribe to my Twitter. I thought I had my Twitter up here, but if not, subscribe to my other YouTube channel at Dolo Solo 1033 TV. That's where I do all my reaction videos, podcasts. I'll be gaming up there. Whatever I could do, pretty much, it's Dolo Solo 1033 TV. But for the time being, subscribe to my YouTube channel, man. You already know, man. Shout out to all my hype fans out there. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all for locking in, coming in, supporting. You already know, man. Listen, I'm going to keep reiterating it, man. Saturday was very, very epic, man. Saturday was very epic. We blew them boys out. You know what I'm saying? We did it in a fashion and went in which it wasn't done before. You know what I mean? We did it home. Then we got another home game coming up, the NFC Championship versus the 49ers. You know what I'm saying? So we about to get rock and rolling, man. We looking good. We looking strong. We hype. Nick Sirianni, he out there looking geek. You know what I mean? He looking hype. Hey, man, you got to give it to him. This is his first rodeo going this far. You know what I mean?
Right.
Second year head coach. Jalen Hurts, second year starting quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Devontae Smith, second year. Kenneth Gainwell, second year. So Jonathan Gannon, second year. You know what I'm saying? So to make it this far, we knew we assembled a team at the beginning of the season. We knew we were going to be this good, but we didn't know we were going to be this good, if you get what I'm saying. Like, we knew we were going to have a winning record, but not like this. You know what I mean? Not to be in the NFC Championship. So that's a milestone for us. So let's get right into it, man. Just a brief summary on what you saw Saturday. Just a brief summary, real quick.
Yeah. What I saw Saturday is strictly with the word I want to use is focus and resilient. And like just the reason why I say focus because they came out with their game plan and they stick to it. And because like I said on the previous video that we didn't really have a ton of passing yardage, but that wasn't that type of game. It was
Yeah.
we came off and ran it down their throat and kept it clean. Like Hurts kept it clean. That's what you got to do in a playoff. Like have a clean game and to make your chances even to win. You don't have to do too much. Sometimes you don't have to go. Well, all the time you don't have to do too much. Just stay focused. He came out there. He played his game, and everybody on both sides was focused, and then they was hungry. They played. They didn't stay, they kept their foot on that gas and kept their foot on the Giants' throat. And that's what I saw. And that's what you got to do. You got to make a meaningful win to go into this. Because, we was off for a couple of weeks because we had a bye week and come back. We had to make a statement because they talking about how hurt we was. So to make that statement, to get the momentum and speed and get hot going into this championship game, that was good for us. So that's basically what I saw.
Yeah, I saw straight out the gate, man, listen, man, we wanted it from the first play to Devontae Smith. That pass to Devontae Smith pretty much set the tone. It set the tone, out the gate. I knew it from the start. Once we got that pass off,
Yeah,
I don't know. I was in a stadium, so I knew it was over
yeah,
because that
yeah,
stadium just erupted. And it was crazy because it was a pass play to Devontae Smith, that touchdown pass. I was right there, front and center. My cousin told me to record it, but this was before we even knew it was going to be a touchdown. He was like, "Cuz, you right there. This is a perfect because you're right there." My phone was on 2%. You know what I'm saying? So even if I would have took my phone out and recorded it, boom, it would have died right there instantly.
Yeah, yeah,
But if I had the battery life to actually record that touchdown, I was right there for that Devontae Smith touchdown. But let me get back on topic. Like you said, man, this wasn't really so much of a passing game. This was so much of a run the ball down your throat. Let's be aggressive on offense. Let's win in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? Even though Jalen Hurts had 2 touchdown passes, one
mm,
rushing touchdown, you know what I mean? But the passing yards wasn't there. But it's cool because this the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we gotta win by any means necessary. And
mm-hmm.
that's what we did, man. We put on a dominant performance. You know what I'm saying? I feel like during the second half when they did score that 7 points, I feel like we just played pretty much a lackluster defense because we already had them down 28-7. You know what I mean? We already had them down.
Yeah,
So it was
yeah,
no point to do anything extra. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Just play pretty much a blanket defense and don't let nothing go over the top, everything underneath, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's the type of game that we played, but man, we dominated the boys and what I saw going into before we get into the 49ers game, did you see the Cowboys in the 49ers game?
Yes, I saw that. I was at work
All
watching
right.
that.
All right. So give me a brief summary of what you saw and break it down. Break it down.
What I saw was that the Dak, same old what I say is him being inconsistent. Dak could have a one of those games, be like, yo, this boy, yo, he going in. But then
Mm-hmm.
next week he just like, yo, what's going on with him? Like, that's just who Dak is. And I think that also comes down with the type of team that he got to, even though he can't force those passes and try to make something that's not there. He was locking on to CD Lamb too much. And
Too
that
much. Too much.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's what's causing them. But a lot of people saying that he have no other receivers to come in a clutch, so he have to. But I mean, I get it, but at the same time, you gotta make something. You gotta make something. You gotta do something.
Yeah.
Um, you can't force it. You gotta play clean. If it's not there, you can't force it. You gotta go down your progressions and try something that was just gonna give you some positive yardage instead of
Mm-hmm.
making it worse for yourself. And that's what for him being in the league for a few years now, he should have been had that out of his system.
Yeah.
So that's what I look at. I think it was a good game. Credit to the 49ers for their defense to pressure him to do that. The 49ers play a good, decent game to get that, but the Cowboys had a couple of opportunities to get back in the game and take it. But yeah, they it was on not only it wasn't only that because you had Schultz that him being
Dalton Schultz. Yeah.
yeah, being experienced, he didn't he didn't like time the time he didn't do the time right. Like you gotta go for it out of balance. He didn't go for it. That messed it up. And then the coach didn't know how to know time could do the time consuming. Like he didn't know how to play his the timeouts and punting the
Mm-hmm.
ball and all that came into play. So he didn't coach it right at the last minute. You had the person dropping the ball at a certain time, then Dak throwing interception. So it wasn't only Dak, but he played a big part of the reason why they lost that. And the
Yeah.
49ers just they pressured him.
Yeah. That's a fact. The game that I actually saw was, you know, with the amount of weapons that the 49ers had, Dallas defense played the outstanding, like they
Yep.
did an outstanding job.
Yeah.
They did their best to actually hold them to 9 points until the second quarter. Actually, they held them under 20 points. So
Yeah.
you got to
Yeah.
give credit to Dallas defense. If
Yeah.
if if the Cowboys had anything going offensively, then I believe that they actually would have beat the 49ers. They
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
couldn't produce
Yeah.
offensively. So when I was looking at that game, like you said, with the inconsistency of Dak Prescott, you know, him just focusing on CD Lamb and not going through his progressions. I don't know if he was nervous. I don't know what was going on with Dak Prescott, but I give credit to their defense. And
Hmm.
when I look at their defense is pretty much similar to ours. I feel like we just got a little bit of better defense, especially on a defensive line. I feel like our defensive line is way better than Dallas' defensive line. So if we can actually duplicate what Dallas, this is going to us versus the 49ers now. If we can
Yeah.
actually duplicate what the 49ers, what Dallas did to the 49ers offense, if we could duplicate that, which I think we will, because we got two premier cornerbacks, we got the defensive line, we got rotational pieces, we got the linebackers that's fast, we got
Mhm.
CJ Gardner that's playing in the slot. Hopefully Avonte Maddox can come back this game so he can play slot, and CJ Gardner could go back to safety, and we'll be complete. But
Yeah.
if not, we got CJ Gardner coming down in the slot, Reed Blankenship playing safety. So I feel like, if we could just duplicate what Dallas did and just bring more pressure, I feel like we'll be good. Going into this next topic, though, what's the difference between the 49ers and the Eagles? I will go first. The difference is the quarterback. Our
Mhm.
quarterback done it all year. You know what I mean? They have a rookie quarterback, the last round pick, and Brock Purdy, and he showed glimpse of what he can be, but I still don't trust him as a rookie quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Our quarterback seen it this year. He's seen it all. You know what I'm saying? He's seen it all throughout the season. He done faced adversity with his injured shoulder. Um, Pretty much, you know, for whatever they got on offense, we got on offense. For whatever they got on defense, we got on defense. So it's pretty much a mirror match. It's pretty much a dogfight. The only
Mhm.
difference is the quarterback for real. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I come down to. What you think?
Yeah. Nah, you hit it on the nail. I would say the quarterback, and then I would add more to it. I think it's also defensive line. Um, the pressure that we could get on to that to Purdy,
Mm-hmm.
like I think he's not gonna be able to. I don't know if he's gonna be able to. They're gonna have to really come out with a game plan for us to get that ball out quick for him. Because other than that, I don't see him getting escaping us because we got just too many weapons that coming after the quarterback, But
Yeah,
Brandon
yeah.
Graham, Reddick, and Sweat, and all them other boys that be
Mm-hmm.
stepping in,
All the rotational pieces that
yeah,
we
yeah.
got.
We
Yep,
got
yep,
like the
yep.
rotation coming in like starters, like on that line. So
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's just gonna be too many fresh people that's coming off fresh energy that's coming after the quarterback. And yeah, I don't know if he's gonna be able to handle that. And what hurts, he definitely know how to move out and escape. And with the 49ers, they do got Bosa, excuse me for saying his name wrong, but yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
do got him. And but I don't.
You might as well call him Boza because he just be bulldozing. So
Yeah,
call him Boza.
but yeah, but he's a threat though. He's definitely is a threat. But that's just like when we play the Cowboys and Michael Parsons, he was just one guy, and yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
he's
yeah.
he's good, but we're not afraid for one guy because Hurts could get past him. Hurts got the legs, he could rotate. Then we got good blockers. We got good blockers that could protect him. So we we could defend Hurts against the 49ers pass rushing.
Yeah.
But can Purdy get away from our pass rush? I don't know. So that's the difference is the
That's
quarterback and the pass
yeah.
rushing.
Mm-hmm.
I think those the two. Everything else, I feel like it's kind of balanced, is even with the
Yeah.
49ers for us. But yeah, those the two I feel like that's gonna make the outcome of the game.
That's a fact. I feel like everything is similar. Now, if you want to say Cal Shanahan is a better coach than Nick Sirianni, I can give you that. You know what I mean? A slight
Yeah,
edge, but
yeah,
what Nick Sirianni and Shane Steichen did to our offense this season is pretty much bar none. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Same thing like Cal Shanahan. I don't they have a defensive coach and D'Amico Ryans, which is he's a better defensive coordinator, than Jonathan Gannon. But what Jonathan Gannon was able to do with these pieces this year, I had doubts about him going into this year. You know what I'm saying? It's been a couple of times when I'm like, Jonathan Gannon, what is you doing? But majority of the time, I'm like, yo, Jonathan Gannon really done his
yeah,
thing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
even gonna lie. Like, I got to give it up
yeah.
to him. So He's a run up for the head coach for Houston Texans. Him and Shane Steichen, they both got interviewed by the Houston Texans. So that should let you know the type of caliber our offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator is on. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
everything is pretty much a mirror match. What they got on offense, we got a defense for. What they got a defense for, we got an offense for it, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What we
Yeah.
got on defense, they got an offense for it. What they got on offense, they got. So everything is pretty much a mirror match, man. It's going to be a very, very, very good dog fight. Very good
Yeah.
dog fight.
Yeah.
Who has the advantage on both sides of the ball? I feel like overall we got like a slight advantage on both sides of the ball. You know what I mean? Because I feel like with the 49ers, they got Brandon Ayuk and they have, George Kittle and Deebo Samuels, but we got like two bona fide wide receivers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we got wide receivers that's over 1,000 yards, both. You got one with the most receptions. I feel like our wide receivers are better than their wide receivers overall, even though they got some good wide receivers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our tight end and their tight end is pretty much equal. I feel like if you want to give George Kittle the slight edge, okay, I give that to you. But they pretty much equal. So their running game is just like serious. But we have a running game too. So you know what I'm saying? When it comes to our defense, I feel like a linebacker core, they have a better linebacker core because they got Fred Warner and they have Greenlaw. You know what I mean? We pretty much only got TJ Edwards. We got Kaiser White, but I don't think Kaiser White is better than Greenlaw. So I believe that they have the edge at the linebacker position. I feel like when it comes to defensive line, they have Nick Bosa and they have somebody else, but we got like our whole defensive line is just crazy. You know what I mean? Even our rotational pieces. When it comes to cornerbacks, of course, we got the best. We got the best two duos out there, and James Bradbury and Darius Sludge. I feel like our cornerbacks is better than their cornerbacks, and safeties. I feel like our safeties better than their safeties. So I feel like we have the advantages on both sides of the ball, not by a large margin, but probably by like a small percent. A small percent.
Yeah. Yeah. Once again, I don't need to take up too much time because I was just going in. I'll just repeat like, everything you said. I agree with. So that's what that is. And like I said before, I feel like we have the edge is because of the quarterback and the pass rushing. Like that's going to be the outcome of the whole game. Is that I do, like I said, I agree with you. Would come with the safeties and the corners. Then I would say that I think we have a good O-line that could protect and to give our quarterback more time in that pocket and to go down his progressions and to do his check downs and to give him time, seeing that if he could throw it downfield, or he could just I ain't gonna throw it down, I'm gonna check it down, get a couple of positive yardage, or maybe give him time to be like, no, what, I can't do neither one. Let me just roll out and run this and get a positive yardage. So I think we have an edge on quarterback and protection of the quarterback, pass protection, and all that. Our blockers that could open up the run game a little more better. I believe we have that. Like not saying that they can't run it on us too, because they McCaffrey, they got two good running backs that could still run it.
They do.
But I think
it's McCaffrey and Elijah Mitchell.
Mitchell. Yeah. So but I also think that for us having the O-line that we have the better opportunity to get that off, because of not only we have running backs, we have a quarterback to run, and that would keep the defense don't off their toes. They have to they even gonna try to spy on Hurts. And if they try to spy on him, you drop in coverage, like so that's opening up to a pass, and it's not like Hurts can't pass. He just no Hurts, no, that's been solidified this year that he could
That been
pass.
solidified. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so they could try to spy on him, but that's just gonna open up for the pass. And if they don't spy on him, that's gonna open up for the run. So it's really the edge on that. I believe that will give us a little bit more edge, but it's not a far away edge. It's like it's still close to just a little bit edge because of that reason. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a fact. Okay, so what should the Eagles game plan be? I feel like you want to, matter of fact, go ahead, you go first. I went to first. I mean, I went first on the last two topics. You go first. What should the
I feel
Eagles game plan be?
I feel like just because of how hot the 49ers is coming off, and because they coming off with a 12 game winning streak, and they've been hot. They after beating the Cowboys with their defense,
Mm-hmm.
and they coming off.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should come off, not trying to do too much. Not try to how you like we did the Giants. We got to come off like it's like boxing. Come out throwing some jabs, and
Yeah,
filling the defense off. Like don't start off doing too crazy. And I feel like throwing the jabs is like getting being making get the run game started a little bit. If you got it, then keep your foot on the gas. If it's not there, then go down your progression, do your check downs, and fill the defense off to see what you got when it comes to that type of defense that the 49ers got. So I feel
yeah,
like the game plan is come off, doing jabs. Don't start off going too crazy. Stick to your plan, stick to your
mm-hmm.
game
Mm-hmm.
plan. You got to run it, you got your running backs, Hurts got his legs. And you got two wide receivers and a slot receiver that could to keep the safeties honest, to drop back. All right, we got AJ Brown, you got the Devontae Smith. We can't just thinking we could come up to stop the run. We still gotta think about these two guys. So you
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah,
those.
yeah.
So you could come out and fill the defense off a little bit. Don't come out just thinking, oh, we got him, we got that. Nah, go do your check downs and
Yeah.
and keep an honest game, a clean game.
Yo, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like you said last time, I agree 1,000% on what you said. I'm not even gonna lie. Like you
Yeah,
said, don't do too much, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to overthink this. You know what I mean? Yo, come
yeah,
out and play ball. That's it.
yeah.
We got an identity, and our identity is whatever works. That's our identity is whatever works. If
Hmm.
you gotta run the ball, run the ball. You know what I mean? If you gotta throw the ball, throw the ball. But don't do too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like let's just
yeah,
stick to what we've been doing all season. That's what been working for us throughout tough times, throughout good times, throughout blowing teams out. Whatever it is, yo, just don't do too much. Just play ball. That's all you got to do on the offensive side.
yeah,
Defensive side, um, defensive side of the ball, um, I feel like if I'm not too worried about their pass game. If we could just be aggressive with them, I feel like we okay because they are an aggressive team,
yeah,
both sides of the ball. If we could be aggressive, I'm not too worried about their pass game honestly, because we got two of the best cornerbacks in the league. I'm
yeah,
not worried about it. We got one of the best secondaries in the league. Hopefully, Avante Maddox can come back. I'm praying he do, but if he don't, it was okay. I feel like we're good enough to actually match up with their offense. My only concern is our offense. Do not do not just do too much, man. Don't try to change the game plan up to where you're doing mad, magical, wild stuff on offense. Nah,
yeah.
man, stick to listen. We've been doing good so far. Let's not get too far off the cliff. Let's not jump off the cliff. Let's just play ball and let's be dominant how we was throughout the whole season. That's all. That
Hmm.
is all. That is all. Matchup ideas. Okay, for matchup, I say right. Because they got Brandon Ayuk and they got Debo Samuels at the wideout position. They also got a wide receiver named Jennings. I would put honestly, I would put Darius Slay on. This is tough. This is tough. I will put I will put Darius Slay on. No, 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 no. I will put James Bradbury on Ayuk, Darius Slay on on Debo Samuels, and I would have C.J. Gardner on their slot wide receiver, which he's going to be on Jennings. Um, that's how I would have it on defense for real. I'm not too sure about that though, like because I ain't gonna lie, they got some dogs. We got dogs too, but I will put Darius Slay on Debo Samuels, James Bradbury on Ayuk, and C.J. Gardner on their slot wide receiver and Jennings. That's what I would do on the defensive side. On the defensive side, matchup. I mean, offense. We don't really care about matchup. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm just talking about on the defensive side. How
yeah,
would you
yeah.
do? I don't. Yeah, yeah. How would you do on the defensive side?
I agree with your matchup. Only thing is, I'm a little bit. I'm not. I don't have an answer because it's kind of hard between dealing with Debo Samuel.
Debo Samuels is a dog, man. He's a
Yeah, that's
dog.
what I'm
He's a
saying. Like,
dog.
that's what I'm saying. It's kind of because he could, to be honest, I'm gonna be real, I'm an Eagles fan, but he could baby Slay any time of the day. Like, yeah,
Anytime, yo,
yeah,
he could baby anybody on defense for real. Like
yeah,
any
yeah.
DBs, he could baby.
Yeah,
He could do
but
whatever. Yeah.
I would say, because we need somebody to for that for the slot to cover it, and well what is Gardner Johnson? He covering the slot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
CJ Gardner.
So
If Maddox don't come back, you would
yeah,
have
yeah,
CJ
yeah.
Gardner at the corner
Yeah,
slot, and you'll
so
have
he
Reed
been
at safety.
he been straight with that position. So I would think yeah to keep him there. Like don't speak. He been doing his thing on that. So yeah, I mean Slay is really the only for that right there. I would say that will put there, but Slay gonna have to not bite
He
on
gonna have to
plays.
clamp.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
gonna have to
yeah.
not bite on plays. He gonna have to really like be what he could be. Don't just don't you don't. Sometimes you don't have to catch a lot of picks. Sometimes you just stop a play, like swap the ball down. But if it's there, it's there. Because I know I've been good on him, always doing that. Like he could catch the interceptions, but he's been dropping it. But yo, this is the playoffs, so if don't try to bite plays to get an interception. No, just get your hands up, and play
Yeah.
good defense. Like so yeah, I'll agree with you say, but I'm just a little nervous with Debo Samuel. That's just it. Like,
That's
but,
it. That's it. That's it.
but I
Yeah.
agree, though. I agree.
Yeah, that's a fact. And do you have any score prediction?
Score prediction. I believe it's gonna be like a meteor score, not high, but definitely not low. I would say I would keep it in range around by like it could be a game of 24-20 Eagles. I would say that
Mm. I honestly got 28-24. That's
twenty-eight,
my that's
24.
my
Okay.
yeah, yeah, that's my score prediction, man. Yeah, 28, I mean 28-24 Eagles, man. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if we go to the Super Bowl, like, listen, before we head out, I'm letting everybody know. Listen, if we go to the Super Bowl, you will not hear the end of it. I don't care who you are,
Yeah.
because y'all said we ain't play no and this is the thing when people say, "Oh, y'all ain't play nobody." I looked at everybody's schedule. They talk
Yeah.
about we haven't played anybody. A lot of these teams that were in the playoffs or that had good records, they didn't play anybody.
Yeah.
So when I go back and look at the schedule, I'm like, okay, cool. They said that we didn't play nobody, but the Bengals lost to Bengals lost to the Cowboys in the regular season, but we beat the Cowboys. We won and won, but we ain't play nobody. The even though we knew what the Vikings was, the Vikings still had a good regular season record, but we didn't play nobody. So when I
Yeah.
go back and look at these teams, the New York Giants, the even the Washington Commanders, they didn't make the playoffs, but they started coming along at the end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of these teams, you know what I mean? So I don't want to hear that. Oh, y'all ain't play nobody. Y'all listen. We only play who we got on the schedule at the end of the day, because we could easily be out the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody is, you know what I mean? All these teams are professional football teams. You know what I'm saying? We could have easily been out the playoffs like a lot of y'all teams. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear, oh, y'all ain't play nobody, none of that. I don't want to hear none of that, man. We played people and we played who we
Yeah.
in front of and we dominated. Listen, we dominated who we were supposed to and we beat the teams who we were supposed to beat, period. And
Yep.
we in the NFC championship, and that's what it is, man. That's what it is.
Yep. Yep. And yeah, and I 100% agree with that. And a lot of reason of that is because in this season, it been a lot of divisions that really didn't do nothing. Like, what I mean, like
Hmm.
if you look, I can't remember what divisions per se, but when I looked at it, you go up and look at yourself. It's been a lot of divisions that like the NFC North and South and all that. It's if you they didn't really some teams, okay, they made it to the playoff, but that was because they whole division didn't really do nothing. If they
Do
put
nothing.
yeah, you put the wins together compared to all the other divisions, there's less wins. So the schedule was kind of like easy for a lot of teams from the AFC and the NFC. Some teams was more easy than others, but I think everybody had a kind of easy schedule just because it was a lot of divisions that was just okay. They was good, but they wasn't like
Yeah,
all that. Like
look at Tampa Bay's division. I mean,
yeah,
it was what who they had. It was Tampa Bay, Tennessee. I'm not sure, but if you look at Tampa Bay division, they had no choice but to go to the playoffs because they whole
yeah,
division
yeah.
was trash. It's like you said, bro. Like I agree with you 100%,
Yeah, yeah,
100%.
that's it. And just like the Giants game, like, oh, it's just the Giants. Now, it's just when we beat them, blow them, it's just the Giants. Which, like, even if it was okay, that just say that, which I don't believe, but I just say the Giants is a bad team. Um, that we beat them like a bad team. We didn't struggle
Yeah,
with
yeah,
them.
yeah,
Only
yeah,
time we struggled with them was the last game of the season, of the regular season, but that was because they couldn't come off with their game plan. Like they
yeah.
didn't want to risk the last game putting Jalen Hurts in on harm's way, messing them up and getting people injured. So they basically was playing like a Minshew game plan. Like
Yeah.
basically that's what it was.
A
So
vanilla. They call it a vanilla offense. That's what they
yeah,
call it.
yeah.
Vanilla. Yeah.
So they couldn't. So that's why. But to play a game and not really your number one game plan and still win, that shows a lot. But then we saw the difference when we played them in playoff, and now we playing on like, yo, this is our game plan.
Yeah.
Now look what
Exactly.
we did.
Hmm.
Like so. That's what you do with teams that so-called y'all think is bad teams. You beat them like that way. But let's go back to them saying it's bad. Giants was not a bad team this year. Like Giants was a good team. Like they beat some good teams this year, and they got into the playoff the way they got and beating the Vikings. So you say, "Oh, the Vikings was no." The Vikings had a good record. The Vikings beat teams, even though they beat them on like a close game. They still beat them. Like
They still
in
beat them. Yeah.
and for the Giants to come out and dominate them, and then we come out and dominate the Giants, you got to give credit what it's due. Like so, yeah, like and they just only thing of the Giants, they still was on a building year. Like they did good this year, but they still
They
have
did
more
good.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
just
That's
have
a
more
fact.
work. But they was a good team this year. Like we could have slept if we would have played them. Oh no, the Giants bad and had that same mentality like everybody thinking the Giants was. We could have easily lost that game. Like, but we
Hmm.
we
Hmm.
we knew what we kept our foot on the gas because we knew the Giants. You can't slip up on them because they was a good team this year. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that's what it is.
That's a fact. Hey, before we get up out of here, man, tell them where to follow your YouTube at.
You can follow my YouTube on Young Jers 973. Underscore
That's
Young Jers underscore 973. That's Young Jers with a YUNG.
Oh wow, you already know, man. Listen, we appreciate y'all, man, for supporting us, man. Like I said, man, follow the YouTube channel at Hype Fan Eagle One. For all those who on Twitter and for those who on YouTube, follow my Twitter page at Hype Eagle One, man. You already know, man. It's your boy Hype Fan Eagle representing the Philadelphia Eagles by way of New Jersey, man. You already, man. Peace.